What's up, folks? Welcome back to the Art of Save Scumming. Thank you for tuning in, and today's going to be my first video covering Total War Pharaoh. Now, I'm going to start off by saying that I am here for Warhammer, but I was granted early access to this game, and really the amount of time that I spend in Total War Pharaoh is directly related to your guys' interests. So sound off in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts. What I plan to do with today's video is just start a new campaign and walk you through some of the things that I have noticed from a cursory pass. I've spent about 2 hours in the game at this point in time, and I just want to kind of give you an idea of some of the new concepts that have been integrated into the game for this particular title. And then from that, we can expand on future content if you guys are interested. So for that, let's hop into a new campaign. There are 4 Egyptian lords, 2 Canaanite lords, and 2 Hittite lords as of the filming of this video. We're going to start with Ramses here just because he's easy. Normal, as you would expect, campaign difficulties, difficulty for battle is locked in, which I like. I wish they would go back and fix that in Warhammer so that that can't be changed, but whatever. If you were to go up here, for instance, then you can change the battle difficulty. And of course, campaign customization here. So you have several options that you can go. We're not going to mess with any of that, and we're just going to go ahead and hop into it. We'll save the cutscenes for when you guys get into the game. Load time is relatively quick. We have some concepts that they've given us here. Some of these are pretty familiar to you. The 2 things that jump right out at me for this are the outposts. So if you think of Warhammer, you have provinces, or provinces are made up of regions, and regions have different build slots. You still have build slots, obviously, in your regions, but you also have outpost buildings. Think Warhammer, think the resource buildings, giving you particular buffs in that particular region, or to armies, or to economic assets, that sort of thing. Only these don't take up build slots in your main regions. They are within the region, but they're a second location. Got it? Cool. The other thing that I would say is weather. This is not something that we had in Warhammer, and we'll talk about weather when we get into battles. I would say that complexity level, you could possibly say a little bit more complex than Warhammer, but I would also say that you're trading out like managing magic and stuff like that, so maybe on par. We'll go ahead and hop into the first battle here and show you what's going on.
Boundless ambition.
Fight the battle. Okay, so weather conditions. You can see that we have sweltering current weather conditions, and we don't have any weather changes. So we could deploy or wait. For the sake of this video, we'll go ahead and wait. And our current weather is dry. So we can now deploy and not have weather impact the battle as far as our fatigue and stuff like that is concerned. Pretty standard setup as far as how all of this works, as you can expect. We start with swords, 1 group of archers, some javelin throwers, some Egyptian lower militia, and then this is a concept that I really like that was not present in Warhammer. This is Ramses. So he enters battle with a bodyguard unit. So it's not just Ramses there. You can see him in there, but he has a bunch of bodyguards. And depending on the equipment that you've got him equipped with, will determine what his bodyguard does. Now, he is currently set up with a whole bunch of archers, so we're going to put him in the back line here. And then I kind of like our position, except for that we are in sand. So let's move all our troops over to here so they aren't in the sand. And we'll actually set it up kind of like this, because it's fine if our archers are a little bit bogged down. They're not going to be doing a whole lot of movement. We'll let the enemy come to us. We'll take up a defensive position. They've got 2 archers, 2 axe, and a sword, which is their bodyguard for their lord. And what we're going to do is bog them down with the militia. and then flank them with the javelins. Okay, so first things first. And we'll take our archers over here and javelins over there. Actually, we'll counterfire the bows.
Egyptian javelineers! Infantry moving! Immediately! Sons of Egypt!
And they're making pretty quick work of the bows there.
Spill blood! Onwards!
Those bows are getting chased off. That's okay.
Shoot them!
Those ones are going to rout here pretty soon. And our javelins are about to start firing on this unit. We could have divided them, but I would rather just crush this unit really quick. You can see it's going down really, really fast. All right, those bows are routed. We'll move our bows out a little bit more, try to save some health on our swords. And those javelins are making quick work. Yep. Militia finally caught up to those bows. That one is shattered. And they are routed. We'll let them not friendly fire our guys. What I will say is that friendly fire seems to be a little bit loose as far as I'm used to. Maybe it's because Warhammer 3 has a lot of terrain obstruction issues and other obstruction issues when it comes to missile mechanics. That could be what I'm feeling, but it definitely feels fairly loose on the friendly fire side of things, which I'm okay with. I would actually really like if we had a button that we could push that would substantially loosen up the friendly fire capacities in like Warhammer 3, for instance. Like if I'm playing as my Skaven, for instance, I would really, really like it to be able to push a button and be like, friendly fire is not a thing. Doesn't matter, just shoot. But if they gave us these mechanics as far as like friendly fire is concerned, I would accept this. So just to kind of showcase, like, they fire full volleys. Like they are not paying attention to our dudes being downrange whatsoever. All right, so I'm cool with that. Now, if we look up here, we have a whole bunch of resources. We have food, stone, wood, bronze, and gold. These are obviously going to need to be balanced. And to balance them, we need to look into our settlements. So if we go in here, we have different things that handle different aspects. And certain things can be built based on level. So we could increase our happiness and influence with this one, or we could increase our wood production. We have 4 slots in the minor settlements, and our major settlements, like this one, have 8 slots. So let's look into our character. So competencies, we have 1 skill point available, and for that we're going to go ahead and if we increase this one, we increase movement at sea and on land, replenishment, and upkeep. I think we're going to go with the movement. We also have titles, and this one is going to give us recruit rank and vanguard deployment. So we go ahead and grab that one. We have the option to press our attack to this location. And you've already seen a battle, so I don't know that we really need to do that in today's video. So what we're going to do is go to the Egyptian way station, and you can see if we go to the way station, then we gain movement at sea, movement on land, and we have a 4-turn duration after that. So we're going to go ahead and rest there. And we can recruit while there. We can go for our native units or our faction units. And I think that we need more archers and some sword, I think. So We have 2 recruitment slots, so we'll go ahead and grab the archers and grab the Medjay swordsman. And so we can recruit while we get our supply army bonus. Our actions located down here. Royal Decree. This is kind of like your tech tree. So you can select any of these that you want. So XP per turn, influence, or happiness, and then they're going to let you run down these various lines. This should be pretty familiar. And we could build in these regions, so we can have new buildings here if we wanted to, but for the purposes of this video, we're just going to go ahead and end the turn. Now you can see that we have drastically increased our movement capacities. Right, so before we could barely reach this, and now it's only going to use half of our movement. It still does the stop before we get there to make any new decisions, and we can go ahead and attack. Now let's give a feel for the auto resolve here. It will show you which ones will be wiped out. So we should receive no wipeout in this one.
We are warriors without peer.
And our options are occupy, loot and occupy, sack, raise, occupy. As I mentioned, real quick and dirty look at Total War Pharaoh. Just giving you guys an idea of what you can expect out of the game. If you guys are interested, then I'll do more in-depth play on this particular title. Again, I'm just at this point in time feeling out what I want to do with the access on this game. So thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and we'll catch you on another video here at The Art of Scumming.